Good managers, whether farmers, equipment dealers, or manufacturers, demand some pretty good answers before making major investments. If you're planning to buy a tractor, you want good answers. Some of the questions you might ask are, will it do my jobs? Is it versatile? Does it have the performance I want? Will it keep on doing those jobs? Is it reliable, well-built, tough enough? Can I get good service? Are parts available when I need them? Can the shop handle any problems that might pop up? Will I like to run it? Does it handle well? Is it noisy? How's the seat? After we tell you how the 7045 and 7060 tractors stack up, we think you'll agree that they provide the right answers for tractors of 146 and 161 PTO horsepower. Can they do their jobs? There's plenty of performance built into these modern tractors. Performance begins under the hood with powerful, smooth-running six-cylinder direct injection diesels. Both engines are turbocharged to wring maximum power from your fuel by providing more air for more complete combustion. The 7060 is intercooled to further enhance its performance. Intake air temperature is reduced by 80 to 100 degrees, increasing its density for greater volumetric efficiency and power. Cross-flow head design places the intake and exhaust manifolds on opposite sides of the head, which allows ports to be larger for better airflow. Intake air is cooler too. Alternating intake and exhaust valves reduce hot spots in the head and improve valve life. Great reliability is built into these tough engines. The rugged block extends below the crankshaft centerline for maximum rigidity. The crankshaft is supported by 7 main bearings to reduce flexing to a minimum. Long engine life is directly related to good heat dissipation. A spray of oil on the underside of each piston carries heat away quickly. Oil coolers keep oil temperatures well below the critical 220-degree level. Dual inverted oil filters keep the oil free of contaminants and can be changed with less spillage. And you won't mind the little time it takes to service these tractors either. Release 2 latches to remove the hood. The air cleaner is readily accessible. Empty the cup daily and, if the indicator shows red, service the elements. A backup safety element protects your engine if something should damage the main element. The batteries are waist high and swing out for your inspection. No reason to ever ruin a battery because it ran dry. Down under fuel tanks hold over 67 gallons and let you keep both feet on the ground when you're filling up for the day. Cold weather starting is quick. Ether starting aids are standard and coolant heaters are available. Diesel engines develop maximum horsepower at rated RPM. That's where they're also most efficient in fuel consumption, too. To allow your Allis Chalmers engines to run at their most efficient RPM, they are matched to drawbar loads through ruggedly built, highly versatile powertrains. You can choose from 2 transmissions. Power Director 20-speed transmission has more speeds to match loads and conditions. Of 20 forward speeds, you will have 9 in the field working range between 2.5 and 6.5 miles per hour, and a total of 14 below 10 miles per hour. You can shift on the go from high to low range, reducing your speed about 20%, enough to let engine RPM return to the most efficient speed. Shift back to high when conditions improve. The Power Director is an oil-cooled, self-adjusting hydraulic clutch with bronze friction surfaces for long life. If you need even more speed versatility because of hills, changing loads, or other varying conditions, the Allis Chalmers Power Shift transmission provides 6 on-the-go shifts with 9 speeds under 10 miles per hour. It allows you to match power to load over a much wider range. In slow range, you can shift from 1.8 to 6.8 miles per hour across the entire field working range. In fast range, You can shift from 4.9 to 18.4 miles per hour. This means you can start heavy loads easily, then shift smoothly up to road speed. Shifting is smooth because torque is always maintained during the shift. Of the two clutches used in any speed, one always remains engaged while the other is disengaged, and a third one engaged with sufficient overlap so that torque is never lost. And you won't pay a premium in operating costs for the convenience of power shifting. The drawbar horsepower and fuel efficiency for both transmissions is equally high. To withstand heavy use, all clutches have bronze friction surfaces, and the entire transmission is oil-cooled and pressure lubricated. The rear main housing of a tractor is really its very foundation, and high reliability depends on the components in this vital assembly. The spiral bevel gear, set in the 7045 and 7060, is huge, with the 17-inch ring gear strong enough to be used in larger four-wheel drive tractors. The foot-operated power differential lock adds pull power when one wheel loses its bite. Touch the brakes to release it. Power disc brakes make tight turns effortless, and automatic equalizers assure fast, straight stops. Planetary final drives put this big power on the ground, where it keeps deep-running, wide-working implements producing at peak performance. 3 3/4-inch rear axles handle high torque and the stresses of dual wheels. Axles are 96 inches long for normal rear treads, or 117 inches long for dual wheels, or 120-inch rear tread. For 144-inch tread, long axles with 4-inch diameter are available. The 7045 and 7060 have a 1,000 RPM independent hydraulic clutch-operated PTO, or an optional 540 to 1,000 RPM unit with reversible shaft. The hydraulic system has 45 gallon per minute capacity, big muscle for big load demands. It's a 3-circuit system, which means full hydraulic power for both tractor and implement operations. No function is starved in favor of another. The first circuit operates the power director and lubricates the high-low range box. The second circuit handles the tractor functions, steering, brakes, cooling, and filtering. The third circuit is our exclusive closed-center, load-sensitive piston pump, supplying power to the remote rams and the 3-point hitch. The Allis Chalmers load-sensitive system varies both pressure and flow. This system senses hydraulic horsepower requirements, providing it only when needed, thus delivering engine power to the drawbar instead of the hydraulic pump. It saves power and fuel. The massive Category 3 3-point hitch features Allis Chalmers lower link sensing for both mounted and semi-mounted implements. Traction booster system senses load demand through the lower links of the 3-point hitch. Weight is automatically transferred to rear wheels, increasing traction to match draft. Maintains a more even working depth with mounted and semi-mounted implements. Draft arms have almost 5 1/2 inches of vertical float, so that implements follow ground contours and maintain uniform depth. Extendable lower links, which permit movement of the socket in all directions, greatly reduce the effort to hitch larger implements. 2 remote outlets are standard equipment, and a third can be added. All have release levers to ease coupling hoses. We're sure you'll like to run your 7045 or 7060. The wide-angle steps and wide door provide easy access to the cab. The acoustic cab, too, is roomy, with excellent visibility through 41 square feet of tinted glass. It's easy to see the hitch and drawbar. No fuel tank in your line of sight. You'll appreciate the comfortable, adjustable high-back seat. If you want something special, select the optional luxury seat, adjustable 10 ways, including lumbar support and side swivel. It will give you a relaxed ride that makes the days so much shorter. Adjust the steering wheel to suit your reach. It telescopes and tilts. Hydrostatic power steering requires very little effort. Clutch and brake pedals are suspended for plenty of foot room. You control engine speed with hand throttle or foot accelerator. All major controls are in the console for easy right-hand operation. The non-glare instrument panel keeps you informed about vital functions. Allis Chalmers was first to break the 80 dBA quiet barrier, and the 7045 recently set a new record for low sound level. Optional stadium lights turn night into day. 4 front and 4 rear lights flood the entire work area. We hope we have answered the basic questions you're interested in. The 7045 or 7060 have good performance and will do your jobs. And you can rely on them. They'll go right on doing your work, keeping your operation on schedule. And we're sure you'll like to run them. They're smooth, quiet, comfortable, and easy to handle. Your dealer is geared to keep your tractor working at peak performance, and he's backed all the way by Allis Chalmers. His service department is a qualified shop that has all the standard and special tools needed to do service work correctly and on time. His service technicians have been trained in troubleshooting techniques that isolate problems quickly, so repairs can be made with minimum delay. Since all Allis Chalmers tractors over 100 horsepower have a high degree of commonality, his parts stock covers many models, and he's likely to have exactly the parts needed. And in case he might not, he can get parts quickly through his region office, which is instantly in contact by computer with the Allis Chalmers Parts Distribution Center at Batavia, Illinois. So look to Allis Chalmers tractors to answer your power requirements. The 7045 with 146 horsepower and the 7060 with 161 horsepower. Better by design from Allis Chalmers.